Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. I didn't really have this scripted out or anything, so it's kind of just gonna come to me as we go. Today we are gonna be talking about a very special subject involving my channel and the story I was trying to create and failed miserably. And I've just gone back and looked at it, and it's just ooh, it's bad. So today's a bit of a rant video, you could say, and how I'm going to fix these storylines for the future. I am sorry about the audio if it's really bad. Switching from computer to mobile all the time is certainly messing us up. So I'm just going to wing it, see how it turns out, try and edit it the best I can. But again, I apologize if it's not that great. I mean, we're trying over here. So, I mean, this is just completely out of the blue. It's just something I wanted to talk about. So, why don't we dive into it and talk about the big thing, the big storyline, the Finn thing. you know, this.
Hell no, man. What the
This
fuck,
whole
man?
thing.
Get
This whole
your
thing with
ass
Finn. Now,
on.
this is obviously the first video I made where something isn't quite right with Finn. And the beginning of this, you see Finn and Horde Prime talking, and then Horde Prime is going off on his own because he wants to get a gift for Adora and just wants to settle things between them. Silver helps him a little bit, in all of her silver fashion. I don't know how I liked this video. I'm going back to it, and as a writer and just continuing my works, going back to this old storyline that has been here on my channel since the very beginning, I just really don't like how I wrote it. This whole premise could have been done so much better. It just felt so rushed. The video felt so small, and there was really no nuance to it, I guess. And it really annoyed me. And you see it here, where it's so short, and then Finn and Silver are forced to leave the room because Catra and Adora want to talk to Lord Prime alone. But you don't ever see what they say to him. It cuts to Finn and Silver, and then they get a call from Arian, as presented here, and they go over to Arian's house, and you see that little shadow on Finn's face, and, kind of foreshadowing for what's going to happen. But, they go over to Arian's house, and then Finn asks how she got the magical growth spurt. Like, they're very interested in it for some reason, which seems fine because, that they're all friends, and then Finn has to leave. But it's so weird. I mean, you never see what happens with Horde Prime, and then you just get this whole thing with Finn just becoming this evil entity. And you never get any closure as to what happened between Catra, Adora, and Horde Prime. It just moves on, and the next video is talking about how Queen Glimmer and King Bo are literally dead. Someone murdered them. And in this story, they do have children, and these children are never brought up. Instead, it follows Finn trying to convince other people to join their cause, and we have no idea what their cause is. We just see them talk to Hunter, teleport him out of the Owl House universe and just plop him on the ground and then leave. And then go find other characters, drop them to other universes from their own. And I get what I was trying to do, a whole different universes collide, and then, going back to the present and Silver talking about it. But it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why I had to go through and do all of this. It really doesn't make sense looking back at it. Especially how short these videos are. I mean, I'm looking at these videos, and I'm reading the script, and it's just terrible. These videos need to be longer. This is obviously a flashback video of when Finn does kill Glimmer and Bo, and it just isn't making any sense. These videos are so out of order in how I'm posting them. And you have this whole angsty breakup between Silver and Finn, but you never know how it started. So, I mean, what the hell? you know, I understand where I was coming from and what I was trying to accomplish, but it wasn't working. It was just a bunch of mismatched videos, all out of order, and it never made any sense. All of a sudden, Finn and Silver are at odds with each other. There's this heartthrob that I was trying to get at, but it's never shown how it led up to that. Sure, we've got the whole scene where Finn's like, "Can you trust me, or will you trust me?" And Silver's like, "Oh, sure, I'll trust you." And then Finn goes on and tells her their plan, and obviously Silver is just petrified, but how, what happens after? How is it already, alright, well, Silver has to kill Finn now? Because that's basically what happened. And then we have this whole scene, which...
At least explain? Well, if it's something that Silver hasn't explained to me, then yes, I would like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no. 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 I know what I was trying to do, and there are a few parts in this video that I had to watch through and just cringe, but I had to watch it so I knew what I was really talking about because it's been so long since I've dug into this story. There's so many things I could be saying about this part in general that just annoys me to quite the absurd degree. I mean, this just really got on my nerves here. Because all of a sudden, Horde Prime, Adora, and Catra are stabbed. They look like they're dead in the video tribute to 200 subscribers, and you come back, and Horde Prime is fine. We don't see whatever happened to Adora and Catra, other than to mention that they were also stabbed. But Horde Prime is okay. I understand that in a past video I talked about a vampire character of mine who I have since then renamed Vivian. But she was Ether back in the day, but I didn't like the sound of that name, so I changed it. And maybe I skipped a video and she possibly revived him, but then what happened to Catra and Adora? Why weren't they revived? I can see the vision. I can see what I was trying to do here. But also in this specific video, Finn mentions that Entrapta and Hordak tried to give them that first one's crystal that was corrupted and what turned Adora into that evil Shira, I guess, or just crazed Shira. And they tell Horde Prime that, oh yeah, I crushed it. Like, it doesn't matter. That's not what's controlling me. So it's basically just saying that Finn is evil just to be evil. And that came out of nowhere. It's totally out of character for Finn. It doesn't make sense with the rest of the story. Finn, yes, we find out that eventually they are the incarnation, I guess, of Grayskull, which is big. It's a big thing. And you know, the first ones weren't always goody two-shoes, as we see in later seasons of She-Ra. And I mean, He-Man, that's all over the place. There's been so many reboots. None of that is connected to our 2018 She-Ra, as far as I know. So I'm not going to really touch on that subject, although He-Man does show up in my own series. But as far as we know from the 2018 She-Ra that I have really gotten inspiration for this whole story, first ones are not goody two-shoes, right? You know, they have their issues. But for Finn being the incarnation of Grayskull just to, I don't know, do this, I just, mm-mm. It's not, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. And I understand where it might, but there was no build up to it. All of a sudden, Finn is just evil because they want to be. And that is completely out of character. I understand if I had gone through the training arc and had something bad happen to them with everything Horde Prime wise, then maybe I can see, the trauma is getting to them and they feel like they need to get stronger and they're not doing enough and all of it is getting to them and all of a sudden they've just gone down the wrong path trying to achieve this strength that isn't actually possible for them, and they start losing people they love trying to get that. And maybe that could have worked, but the fact of the matter is they defeated Horde Prime. So this whole thing right here where they go and recruit Hunter and talk to all these evil characters, and I know I was doing a crossover with other YouTube channels, and this whole thing that we talked about in the Discord for a while, and it never really panned out because what I was trying to do was not working with the story. I wanted Finn to be this all powerful being that was evil. And this right here.
When you won't need me.
I think I'll always need you.
See, that was a great example. A great example of what was Finn. I should probably preface that. I'm like, oh, it's a great example. No. It was a great example of what Finn used to be. Childhood Finn. But all of a sudden, it then cuts to Finn killing Adora and Catra. Okay. It doesn't make sense. It's not the best. And there's so much to be worked on here. My rambling has cost me a lot of time, and I realize that, and this video is all over the place. But like I said, there is so much to work on when it comes to Finn's story. And none of it makes sense. So I am going to have to sit down and just rewrite all of it. And I'm not going to be redoing any videos because my Gacha account went through some shite last time and I just don't have any of the characters I used to. So I can't really make any of the old videos renewed. I mean, I could if I spent hours upon hours recreating these characters, and I will at some point, but that's just not gonna happen right now. I think what I'm going to do after I really rewrite all of this is to continue making videos, but show that something has changed. That Finn isn't evil just to be evil because of some Discord chats saying that they are, and the story just completely losing its premise with Finn's evil arc. What made them evil? What made them turn this way? Because all of a sudden they're out killing Bo and Glimmer, and you're wondering, what the heck? Why are they doing this? They're out here killing Catra, Adora, and Horde Prime with only Horde Prime coming back, and you're wondering, okay, well this is a step too far. What's going on? Why would they do this? This isn't very Finn-like. So, I'm definitely going to sit down and rework all of what happened. And this is from years ago now. And I come back to this and cringe. And I just wanted to talk about it because none of it makes sense. And I feel for people that are new to the channel and looking back at these old videos, or for people who have stayed and just have watched these videos since they started coming out. I feel like you guys need a little something, right? To kind of, I don't know, quell this cliffhanger of a feeling. It doesn't feel good. I look back and see where I left off, and I feel like there's something missing. And so, yes, I did recently post this June a new Filver video, and it was Angst. And Finn, as you saw in that video, was still, quotes, evil, but they also looked like they were dead. And Silver was mourning them. Why? You know, I let that video go up. First, because I just wanted to do the trend, I thought it was fun. But second, because it is the first fresh video of that storyline that I've been working on for almost 5 years now. And kind of renewing these characters and their arcs and what they're going to go through. So, yes, Finn is still going to be evil, the villain of the story. But is it that shallow? Are they evil just to be evil? My answer to that is no. Something has to have happened to build to that. Because Finn becoming the villain set Silver on a massive character arc that was just skipped through to get to the angst. And I am guilty of being an angst lover. I really just love angst, but I need story there before I can get to that. These two characters go on these huge character arcs and have massive development that was just not there and never seen. And I think it needs to be. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm sorry, this whole video was just a humongous rant, and some of it just didn't make any sense. And again, I apologize, it's me rambling. I didn't have a script for this. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed my rambling, and I hope that you are at least a little excited to see future videos of basically what's going to happen with this story. There's a big one that's coming out, and that's one of the things in the past, I always promised big videos, and they just never came, and I apologize for that as well. I just never got to them, and moved on to other videos. Again, jumbled mess. This time, I am actually working on something. Hopefully my Gacha account doesn't go on the fritz while I'm doing this. In the meantime, I will still be posting clan generation videos for all the Warrior Cat fans, and other edits of X-Men or anything animated that I have an interest in. Maybe some K-pop Demon Hunters, you never know. But I am working on that. Know that I am going to be working on that. I am just recreating the characters as we speak and creating some new characters, so it's going to take a bit. It might not be out for a few months, and it might be the shortest video you've ever seen, but it is coming out. There are just going to be other videos while I am making it. So it's going to take a bit to get there, but it is coming, know that. And I'm not backing out on my word this time. It's just going to take a bit. Anyhow, enough with the rambling, enough with the rants and the venting towards this messed up story. We are renewing it. We're going to have a good time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.